Hello everyone, today I will be showcasing my build that doesn't need Bell to do Diluvian Wave 25. Alright, so normally, you think that this is the weapon for Diluvian, but it really, it's good damage, but maybe it's better later on. But honestly, I enjoy Vampirism Enforcer Axe way more. And yeah, you can see I don't have any agility, which, you know, I don't have Speed Demon, which is what makes this axe do more damage than the Evan Spear. But I believe, I'm not 100% sure, that since I have Charisma and the 75 Charisma talent, which makes it on crit, I apply Charm on crit. This thing hits multiple times. And I also have, I believe it's called Narcissist, which makes it so I deal 20% damage every time it's charmed, but takes away the charm. Since this hits multiple times, it'll apply charm, take away the charm for extra damage, apply charm, take away the charm for extra damage. So, actually does a good amount of damage. Not sure if that's how that works. I assume that's how it works. But it doesn't really matter because I'm able to solo the Diluvian without even having Bell. As you can see, I don't have Bell. I'm not saying I solo wave 50 though. I might be able to. I'm not going to try though because I really don't want to. There's no need to solo wave 50. It's just a risk that is unnecessary. The main reason why this is really good is so that you can do Diluvian and not have to worry about wiping, not even a little bit. Like, oh, if I'm lagging or anything. Well, actually, lagging does matter because if you do crash, you can wipe. Regardless, you will have a free res and you don't even need to worry about it. Instead of doing a time lapse, I'm gonna walk you through it because I want you to know my mindset as to what I'm doing and how I'm thinking. The main reason for the Enforcer's Axe is because of wave 22 and wave 20 for the Squibbos and the Enforcers. It just makes it so much easier. If you can deal with those waves with the Evan Spear and not care, then I believe you can use the Evan Spear and it won't matter. Just use Vampirism. But the main thing I'm doing is I'm always using Ardor Scream. I'm not pressing H to give me any of whatever that gives me. Posture damage, it's whatever. I just want it for the damage. I like taking out the jellyfish first, just to get rid of that stupid stun. And always try to apply your crit at the beginning, like right after you do Ardor Scream and everything's bunched up around you. Use your crit like this just to try and get everything charmed so you do more damage with your M1s. Because of course you don't do crazy damage with your M1 as compared to an Evan Spear. That's why you're gonna have to take advantage of its crit. But as you can see, don't care about my health. It's just freaking full the whole time. Hardly even trying. Crit them both. And they're both taking a ton of damage. It's easy like that. Electric mobs are always tricky. But if you need to, just parry. Because, when you're parrying, sometimes it gives you free frames to M1, like immediately. Obviously don't rely on parrying because parrying can get you messed up. But when I speak about parrying can get you M1s, I mean like, you know, when the enforcer is like doing its spinning blades, you can just like parry constantly and get free hits out while parrying. Which is really great. Which also works with the golems, the stone golems, and the owls, I guess. I would assume it works with the owls a little bit. Not that great though. Just be in the center of it, scream, and then M2. And the enforcer sometimes hits you out of your M1, so you might have to parry him. But luckily I kept getting thrown around, so I didn't have to worry about that. Just want to wait until they're all up from the ground before you M2. So that you don't get flung into the air while you do your M2 and you just miss everything. This build also has the ability to make it so I do more damage while I have fire on. So just leave that fire on you if you have it. I got stunned. Wasn't able to crit there. Jellyfish is taken care of though. Don't have to worry about that anymore. I do believe that the Evan Spear, well not the Evan Spear, but the Astral Enchant should be buffed because I don't see the point in using the Astral over using Vampirism, just because Vampirism is just so goated. Maybe, oh, I do not have Viscosity yet, so maybe if I have Viscosity it might be worth getting. But like I said, even though I'm not sure about many things, I am sure that this build at its current condition does work. If they start spamming you, just walk away so that they do their spin and then hold block while M1ing. So yeah, you basically just walk away so that they do their spin move. And then you hold block while M1ing so you get free damage out on them. Like, it's really easy. I know I took a lot of damage there, but it's really nothing to worry about. I will have the build link in the description, but also keep in mind that a lot of my equipment does affect my gameplay. It's not just the build, it's also the equipment. So take a look at the equipment in my... Right now I'm going to show you all of it. 4% damage, 1 posture on that. Got that. That's like a really good diver's ring right there. I'm going to change this one out for a moonlet earring so I can have 2 HP and 3% damage. Iron Singer. I want the same stats, but I'm going to switch it out with a Elite Pathfinder so I can get 5% more damage. And I'm going to change the Ether pip for a Monster Armor pip. That's... I don't think I have any thing wrong with these boots. If I can change the HP out for physical or monster armor, I will. As for this, I'm gonna want to get... I can't remember off the top of my head what it can get, but I think I can get 1% DVM on it, and HP maybe. I don't know if you can, but HP and 1 DVM if I can. That's good. I don't know if I can switch that ether out for something, but otherwise that's good. As for this, I need to get 1 more star and probably add monster armor onto it. Or monster damage, doesn't really matter. And for this, I just need 1% more DVM from the adding 1 more star onto it. And the enchants are, of course, Stench, Drowned, and Viscosity is what I'm going to want. hit them all with Charm, hit them all with the Art or Scream. I'll show you my stats at a campfire as well, just to hopefully make it easier and more understandable as to what my stats are. You can also see my resistances there. See how they're electric? You're gonna have to spam your block while they're spinning. Just parry all their stuff. Make them spin again, and then attack while they're spinning. Because otherwise, it's gonna be a pain to deal with. Also, if you see something that can take away your ether, you're gonna want to make sure you get your Art or Scream out before it takes away your ether, so that you can get your damage. So if you see anything with black aura, you're gonna want Art or Scream, and make sure it doesn't hit you so that you can Art or Scream. So as you can tell, I haven't been using my Heretic Sutra at all. That's because there's really no point since I'm a deep bound. I do use it for this wave though, wave 25 specifically. And what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna come run into the corner, just like this. I forgot the Art or Scream. But just keep running into the corner, M1ing. Just stay in this corner so that they keep on running into you. I am getting kinda low, which doesn't normally happen. If you do get low, you can just use your iframe ability like that, like I just did, to hopefully kill one off to get a health pack. I didn't do that perfectly, as you saw I did get low, but of course, you can always end it, and if you don't want to end it, you always do have your Bell Revive. You can just do that constantly. I know that was a little bit scary, but if you had Viscosity on, or if you used Art or Scream in the beginning properly like I didn't, you would have been fine. But yeah, that's that. I will now show you at a campfire my stats, just in case you don't want to copy my exact armor. Also, you don't really need the Immortal Helm, but it does, you know, if you want the Immortality pip, that works. If you want to switch it out for something else, you can. Let me see what's in the loot first. I always like to see what the loot is. Not really getting much good loot here. It's honestly really bad for a wave 25 run. Actually not really bad, it's somewhat average. Like, you don't get crazy loot all the time, but when you do get crazy loot, you get crazy loot. Alright, let's end it and check out my armor stats. In the build creator, it will show you like how to get my I'll show you how to get my exact stats and everything. But oh, I do need to get rid of this and change it out for simple or something like that. And you could get rid of Pack Mule and switch it for Survivalist so that you can do layer 2 easier if you want. But my build creator won't show you the talents because like that's just, I never do that. So I'll just show you this real quickly if you really want to care about it. Making the exact talents. But just as long as you get the pre-shrine talents on the build creator, actually I'll show you how to do that right now. After I show you this. So those are all the talents I have. I haven't even gone through and gotten the best talents yet by like going and shining to get all the talents. But the build works, so the build works, right? These are the stats. I have what, 34% DVM, 13 monster armor, 41% physical armor, and I'm gonna raise that and lower my ether on the gear. I got Bow of Thorns on this build. It's really easy to leave the depths, don't worry, as long as it's where it is right now. Like on my build, it's really easy to leave the depths as it is now. And of course, if you die in the depths, you're trying to leave, you always get Bell, res. Like, you really don't need your Bell for anything. And if you ever if you ever die, it's your safety. And then your build will just be stronger because you can get payback or gravity or no sacred field to make it even better. Oh shoot. This is the build right here. And I actually do have the talents that I wanted to the actually no, I don't really. I just clicked on everything that you want to get pre-shrine. So these are all the talents that you want to get pre-shrine. The only two that you don't want to get is Narcissist and Propagandist. So in order to find this out, what you do, all you need to do, here, let me just get rid of all this. All you need to do is press this, hit pre on the filters, and it'll show you all your pre-shrine ones that you need to get. The only ones you don't need to get is Propagandist and Narcissist. Make sure to get Heretic Sutra before you shrine. Do not forget that. And now for the build, you're going to want 1 strength, 100 fortitude, 100 willpower, 75 charisma, 1 heavy weapon pre-shrine, and I recommend Adret so that you can get the most out of your heavy weapon as possible. But if you do a different race, you'll just have less heavy weapon, which kind of sucks, but you know. Adret works. Do keep in mind Vesperian does work too. So Vesperian would be the better bet because you do get the extra defense. So if you want Vesperian, you can definitely do that. As for vitality, do 6. Efficiency, do 6. Boons, pack mule. Steadfast. I'm gonna do, I don't know, survivalist. I feel like people would want survivalist more, to be honest. And simple. So yeah, that's the build right there. Ignition Deep Delver, so you're tanky and you can parry unparryable attacks. Ardor, I would want payback or Sacred Field, either works. Silent Heart, and that's it. Yep, that's the build right there. 3-star damage. What's it called? Enforcer is what I use for this build. You can of course get Evan Spear, it works perfectly fine, but for the Diluvian Wave 25 without Bell, I would recommend using the Enforcer's Axe just to make it a lot easier. As for the rings, strength, willpower, and charisma. And then you're gonna want 1 ring for your blood iron. You're gonna want blood iron ring. That way you have infinite armor. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you can take this build and use it to your advantage. Of course, this build is probably already out there. It's a fairly easy build to make, and there's not really many fortitude brick wall builds you can make that are that different from each other, right? It's the fact that I was able to use the build to beat Wave 25 without having to use Bell. And it's basically my method that I used that is what carries it. Because if you weren't in the corner, you would not be able to survive Wave 25 that easily. And you didn't even have to, I didn't even have to parry the bounders. If you parried the bounders, you'd probably like do even better. But yeah, there you go. That's the build. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all in the next one.